Hi, this is Sandy Gugliotti, and I am a student at Point Loma Nazarene University, and we are studying the rules of language proficiency. There are 5 rules for language proficiency, and the first one is phonology, that is sounds and speech. They begin at approximately 10 months of age when babies start repeating sounds and understanding their phonemes. They start to babble, maybe you say mama, dada, and the English language, and that's where speech begins. But over time, we accumulate more and more and more and more. And suddenly we have a vast knowledge of words and how it's used. Now, the next part of language proficiency is the morphology, which is the word structure. How are words put together to create meaning? And then syntax, a complete sentence structure so that we make sense to other people that might be listening to us. The semantics are the meaning, that we are giving meaningful speech. And then pragmatics is social communication. That's when you put it into use, everything that you have learned about this language. Now, we've been studying about second language learners within our schools as teachers, and I found some interesting information about the gray matter volume in bilingual versus monolingual students. As you can see with the prefrontal cortex, which is used mostly for executive functioning, it is really lit up. And there is a capacity to learn and to store and to transmit information among the neurons that are within the gray matter. Now, gray matter is movement, memory, and emotions. It has a large number of neurons and connections so that it can process information and release new information through the axon signaling. So this is why you are seeing with dual language, it is lit up a little bit more in the prefrontal cortex, but also the parietal cortex, which is where space navigation and language processing is formed. Now you can see the monolingual student. I'm sure they have plenty of these abilities too, because we're all walking around and we're all learning and we're all growing. But it just showed on the brain scans that it was lit up just a little bit more with bilingual students, and that's exciting. It's a really good reason to keep motivating your students to learn. Now the brain has to unpack a language in several different ways. It has to start with listening, decoding what sounds different from my home language. And then, can I repeat that? Can I speak that? And then, how do I write this out? How do I read it? How does it all make sense? So when you think about everything that the brain has to do for you to be able to acquire a second language, you can see why the gray matter volume in bilingual versus monolingual students is much brighter and more active. Now, I hope you've learned a little bit of something from this short slide presentation, and I look forward to working with the rest of our students in our group and seeing what you have to offer. Thank you.